category, and we'll get into why 5-amino-1MQ does that on the next one.
Okay. Oh, they've turned the chat off.
All right.
Oh, I've killed all my fun.
So 5-amino-1MQ, it affects something called NNMT. This is a enzyme in the body that they've shown that when it's elevated, it correlates to a lot of negative things. This can range from Parkinson's.
All right, let's copy that.
Alzheimer's,
Chuck that into ChatGPT and let's
cancers,
see what we can find.
Weight gain, especially in the midsection. Then from there, it snowballs. Patients can struggle with blood pressure issues, insulin resistance.
Sounds
and
like
so
me.
what I love about 5-amino-1MQ,
what I love
which
about
you'll see here, is it basically it blocks it, keeping it very, very simple.
Okay, so I've gone to ChatGPT.
So being able to inhibit and block NNMT,
put that
your body's going to work more efficiently
into ChatGPT and see if it's...
The big question is, why does NNMT elevate in the body? The big word, like I just said, is inflammation. And inflammation, I think people think a lot of times it is just, you know, I'm working out a lot, I'm training a lot, I'm exercising, and that's inflammation.
So what do you reckon the scam's called?
What they're eating, but it can come from a lot of things. It can come from, you know, poor healthy habits, you know, if it's lack of sleep, if it is consuming the wrong foods for sure, and then also chronic stress. These are all huge factors. So being able to take something like this that's been shown to inhibit that enzyme and bring that down, it puts your body in a better state of success.
Is it called Navita?
All right, so if you want the long word, so NMT stands for nicotinamide N-methyltransferase. So like I said before, this is an enzyme that plays a role in metabolism as a whole, and overall.
And I bet you that it doesn't get absorbed by the body.
Function, and then also it controls how your body can store fat. When enzymes are when NMT levels are too high, especially in fat cells, your body tends to slow down fat burning, store more fat, and reduce cellular energy production, which is obviously not a good thing.
Well, yeah.
All right, and then getting into its role. I already touched on some of these things, but just so you guys can see it on paper, elevated NMT levels have been shown to correlate with cancer, Parkinson's, osteoarthritis, kidney disease, neurovascular disorders, neurological disorders. So I'll keep circling back to it, but being able to implement this on a routine basis, it only makes sense.
Welcome
and a lot
to the group.
Are metabolically impaired some way or another because the world that we live in, it's an uphill battle with the food that's out there. You know, what's exposed to us. We need things like these to be able to keep us, you know, moving in the right direction.
Have we found the website?
And then, like I already said, this just shows a nice clear picture that NMT, so you guys can put in your brains. The big factor is being able to block NMT. Blocking that enzyme puts our body in a much better place, a much better state as a whole. And then here is the huge list. And I think when I was talking to Tony, a lot of you guys were looking more toward body.
Please help me build a knowledge base on this company so I can create a blog exposing all the red flags. Here's some more images from their PowerPoint presentation.
Metabolism. It does help with weight loss. It does help with energy. It does support healthy aging, especially from the anti-inflammatory.
Anti-aging.
It does have overall anti-inflammatory benefits.
So can you go? I think we saw some of this the other day. Actually,
it's increased in muscle recovery. It can drop blood pressure in a positive manner. And then on top of that, increasing NAD levels, which you guys have maybe heard about that, but it's huge for mitochondrial health, improving wound healing, lowering cholesterol levels, and overall it supports immune function.
Wow.
So it checks so many boxes on a day-to-day basis when it comes to somebody trying to live their best life, simply put.
Wow. See if we can find their product.
Now, when it comes to 5-amino, and this is going to show you guys, when it comes to peptides, one of the things I was talking about from the get-go, when you use these, the side effects, quote unquote side effects, are very rare, very minimal, and very few. And so what they found in the capsule version with this guy is that really what you have to keep an eye on, and it's nothing harmful, is that if we take it too late in the day, it can affect our sleep potentially. And also,
so it's just got caffeine in it.
Dose,
that's what it will have.
You might see some difficulty when it comes to cardiovascular exercise.
has owned
Now,
and
on
invested
my
company
side,
that went broke.
in our clinic, I've
Even
actually
so,
seen the opposite on the cardiovascular
good
exercise side of
intel.
things.
Thank you
I've
very
seen
much.
patients actually take it and
So I'm just
clients
going
take
to
it
read
before their
your
training,
message there out to everyone.
and they actually train better.
Modere was
They
owned
actually say
by an
they have more
investment company
endurance.
that went broke.
I think
Even
every
though
client
Modere
always
was making
says,
money, the banks shut down
"Is it
the
in my
investment
head?
company
Is this a
money,
placebo thing?"
forcing them to close.
But I swear, I feel better
And
when I'm
they've just
training. And
rinsed
so
and repeat and started over.
that's something that it's been documented. They've seen
It's
it.
brilliant.
But
Is
in
that their
capsule form,
website
those are really
address,
the
or is
only two
that
things
the
you have to
wrong
keep an eye
website
on, which is
address?
fantastic. And then with this guy too as well, before I get into Sloop, I like to talk about my clinic, a couple of different patients that I've had that really had success with them. And so I had 2 patients. One of them was an overnight worker as a nurse, slaving away.
I think
when
I
he was in
watched
the
a video
50s,
of 3
50
people that
years
were
old,
starting this
always
business
moving, very
up
tired, but he pushed
themselves
himself.
because they
He was
were
looking to lose a
made
bit of weight. He
broke
didn't have a ton
because
to
that last
lose, but he
company
had
fell
something to
over.
lose with it.
Not the
He
right
was with our
website.
clinic
Thank
already.
you.
He was already getting his blood levels checked, his hormones optimized.
On that one.
And so he actually added this into his regimen, and he did it for 2 months in a row. And after the 2 months, towards the end of the 2 months, excuse me, he reported back his energy was drastically better. He could go through those crazy overnight shifts, get into the next day, and see himself going to the gym rather than going home, taking a nap. His brain was functioning better. He had some aches and pains that he felt like went away. His blood pressure, he actually was able to lower
they've
his
not
dosage
started
on
yet.
his blood pressure
It gets
medication, which
better.
is pretty impressive.
So we're just getting
And he
a
lost 18 pounds,
ground-breaking opportunity,
which was super
off where
cool.
you
There
can
was no
invest
other
before
variables
they even
added. That
launch.
was the only one.
And then they'll go through a
And then
6-month
the second
launching
one,
process
I
and
had a
launch
gentleman
shit.
that once again was with us, seeing great
Another
results with other
friggin'
therapies, but he just couldn't lose
pre-launch.
weight.
Oh my
And he
god!
was the classic built, D2,
Anyway, I spammed the
lineman.
chat room
And
about
a lot of
300
muscle,
times.
but just one
Not
drop
a
some
new
body
record.
fat.
I think I got up
He
to
had some aches and
450
pains.
last
He was on
night.
some medications for it. He wanted to get off of those. Well, we completely revamped his body with this peptide.
Wish we could see how many people were in the meeting.
He dropped 40 pounds, which is awesome. From there, he was able to come off of his blood pressure medication. His cholesterol levels drastically dropped, which was huge as well.
They normally let you know where it's been broadcasted to. I can't see that.
Being in pain, especially with his neck and his
But
back.
the host
injury.
is that
He's
Brian guy.
Almost mind blown. So for him to see that in a matter of 2 months was super impressive. So it's something that I like to get at least real life.
So what happened to the
trials,
10-year clinical trials you need to do a
with
product
these things
like
that you guys can have an idea of what it can do for some of your people that you work with, consumer wise, client wise. All right, now next one is, like I said, SLU PP332 or 332. So this is another one of those. It's a synthetic research compound that acts as an agonist.
Use all the big words, mate. Makes it sound more impressive.
Estrogen-related receptor.
Estrogen.
Alpha.
All women want to worry about estrogen.
This is a nuclear receptor involved in cellular energy regulation as well as mitochondrial function and fat metabolism.
Now they're going to use menopause as well. I can make these slides up.
And then with this guy, to kind of break it down, not to get too nerdy on you, but like I said, with this, SLUPP activates ERR. This is basically like the top 4, I would say, that ERR play a role in, which is fatty acid oxidation.
This is going to be a good blog.
Mitochondria biogenesis, energy expenditure, glucose metabolism. Now, with these guys at the very bottom, I kind of bolded it just to make it really simple. The overall goal of this peptide is to mimic some of the beneficial metabolic effects of exercise without requiring physical.
Let's keep building the knowledge base until I give you all the slides, and then we'll do the blog.
You gotta do all the hard things. If you're eating right majority of the time, you're
exercising, who's Jake?
You're moving. That's what makes
this. We can find this guy, Jake.
It truly does supplement that kind of a routine, which is great.
Jake.
With it though, what I've noticed since COVID is a lot of people, we just have too much on our plate, and so being able to maximize the time you have exercising wise,
I think I might have found him. Is he a basketball guy?
A peptide like Sloop really does come in handy. It gives you some of those benefits. You still got to put the work in, but it allows you to kind of cover that spread a little bit.
Hey, the chat room's open again. Everyone, let's have a look and see where we can go back.
So these are some of the big things that's being studied for.
Chat room.
Obesity, type 2 diabetes, muscle wasting, which is awesome.
Host is disabled.
Mitochondrial dysfunction, age-related metabolic decline. And I think right now
they are literally trying to delete 250 posts.
Realm, so many people are looking for these things. I have patients coming all the time, clients looking for ways
what I want to do is go and get the names of the chat room before they
how to get away from obesity. How do I preserve my muscle, especially for women? When you get into your late 30s,
Here
your
we
40s,
go.
your 50s,
Menopause.
they find it's super important. At one point, you were worried about
Menopause. Go
becoming
on,
the
say
Hulk
it.
or looking like the Hulk. Now it's very different. Now it's more about maintaining lean muscle, and there is, I think, a vain side, which is okay, but there's also a health side, which is super important to have too. And then the age-related metabolic decline, time over tension is how I kind of look at it. And so more people are wanting to age like fine wine. I think saying you're going to reverse the clock and, truly some of the anti-aging quotes, I think it's cliche sometimes, but I think being able to age like fine wine is the best way I've been able to kind of put it together.
Oh,
where
certainly.
when you get into your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, you're still feeling good. You're still feeling optimal.
Still feeling good.
Living your best life, which is huge.
Oh yeah, I still feel like I got my
All right,
best
and then
life.
once again, going more into benefits, enhancing, I said, overall exercise capacity, which is great. Improving your metabolic health, which is a huge
So what do you reckon?
problem in America
So we reckon we've got the name stuff, didn't we?
Anything that's
It
cardioprotective,
may
I'm
be
all
copy and
for.
pasting
So it's huge to
products.
have that piece in there.
They could just be
It
white
does increase your
labeled
ability to
products as
drop
well.
body fat, which
And it
once
literally
again,
could
who
be a
doesn't love
vitamin they're
that?
selling. Who would know?
And then that last piece, which is the mitochondrial
But I do
functions.
love
And I think mitochondrial
listening
function
to
is
the
becoming a
medical
really big thing
claims
right
that
now.
they often have in these things.
Some of you are probably familiar with NAD, NMN. The new one now is, I call it its sister, but NR, which is nicotinamide riboside. Mitochondrial health is really important, from brain function to fatigue, how your body can basically function as a whole and what you can produce. This is going to help with somebody in the gym.
I've gone
this is going to
through
help with how your
the
brain functions, your memory.
messages in the chat room before I
They
spammed
all
it.
go back to, like I said, aging,
And
physically and
ChatGPT's
mentally.
already come back with some pretty cool stuff. Cult-like phases of presenter Bradley.
That's awesome, Jake. Thank you so much.
This is the guy I saw.
And,
I've seen this guy
man,
before.
that was so informative. It was so good.
So
and I know there's
Tony-
been questions and people have been, messaging me. And here's what we're going to do is Jake is going to put, a frequently asked question deck together where he's going to be able to respond to those, and we'll be able to get those into the groups, get those out to you so you can get your questions answered on a lot of the stuff Jake talked about. But I really want to close and just tell you my story.
Close.
When it comes to 5-amino-1. So Jake had called me a couple months ago and said, hey, Tony, there's this peptide. And I said, oh, is it an injectable? I don't want to do an injectable. And he said, no, it's a capsule. You just take it in the morning with your breakfast. You wake up and, you just swallow it and eat some breakfast and go on in your day. And I said, yeah, Jake, I'll try it. So he had sent me a couple months of it. And I started taking it. And what I just loved is that it was in a capsule and I could just swallow it. And really the magic started happening. And what happened to me in less than 2 months, about 7 weeks, is I was able to release 12 pounds.
Oh.
And not only was that
weight loss
really impressive for me,
because you look like you had a fat
Sarah's
face.
like, holy cow, but I started building muscle and, my body, I'm like, Sarah's like, wow, Tony, this is really cool. You're actually building some muscle here too. And I'll just tell you, that was just with 5-amino-1. And, this formulation that Nueva has put together for Nueva Body is, the 5-amino-1 and SLU together. So I'm really excited to try this when we release it sometime in June. And it's going to be absolutely incredible. But just know this, right now, we're getting ready to start our global pre-launch in the next couple days or by early next week. And that's going to go incredibly well. We're going to be globally launching 200 countries all around the world.
Wow.
And whoever invited you to this or tagged you to the video, just make sure you get back to them. Let them know you want to be on their VIP list. Let them know that you want, information more about this, and we'll get your questions answered based on what Jake said. And Jake's kind of here with us through this run with us. So he's going to be able to, do more of these, and you'll hear from him,
very, very
soon again. You'll be able to, get all your questions answered from him directly, and he'll be able to walk you through this. And for me, just knowing Jake and being around his clinics, being around, some of his clients, and just who he is and how he takes this so serious at a level that is just so impressive. I've just watched, my wellness and my health just get better and go up a couple different levels because of his influence, because of his knowledge, because of his expertise. And we're just so excited about this first peptide at Nueva, and we're excited for you to try it, excited for you to be a part of this. And we're going to do some big things here. So again, get back to the person that invited you out or had you watch this or tagged you in this or shared this with you, and they'll get you on, their VIP list, and we'll get you ready to, pre-enroll with us and really some big things as Nueva is in full motion, and we're doing some great stuff, and we can't wait for you to be a part of it. Have a great night, and good night, everybody.
That's it. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll just flip screens for a second, and we'll tell ChatGPT, look, we just stumbled across a Zoom meeting when they were launching this new product. We're not exactly sure of the name yet. However, we do believe it could be called and then we're going to go back to Jelly Snack, who said health claims. We reckon it's called, what do you reckon it's called? New. Oh, I don't know what that means now. So is it just that one word? Is it like that one there? Called equal new. Using the diagrams that they had on their pitch deck, please expose all the red flags. Any information that you know about Bradley, was it Brady? Brady and what was his name? Tony somebody, wasn't it? Tony Zolecki, whatever his name is. And so please include in the blog. We believe that these are the dregs of another Ponzi scheme that fell over just a few weeks ago, and they're trying to do a pre-launch. They haven't got a website. Don't believe they have a name yet, but we want to expose them before they get running. Are you relying on AI? Yes, I'm not relying, but I'm dyslexic. I've got a reading and a writing level of a 9-year-old. So it's kind of like saying to a person in a wheelchair, don't use a wheelchair, but it really enables me to gather information quickly. I'm very technical, and I use AI to the inch of its life, and it does help me research a lot faster. So it's kind of like saying, sit here and add up a whole lot of grains of sand, or use a container, get a scoop and work on law of averages, and then use a calculator to calculate how many grains of sand are in the scoop, so to speak. That makes sense? So yeah, I do use AI, and it's very, very good. I'd recommend it. If I go to the comment we got from our new friend, they told us that there was intimate people. There was a scam that fell over a few weeks ago, and these guys seems to have formed after. So is it? What have we got here? I'm just going in the chat room. Is it this one here? Is that the name of the one that collapsed? A child, money any spend stream. Yeah, running. Don't believe they have a website where they're running. I don't know what you call it, the multi-level. These people seem to have come from the collapsed. What is it called? I'm just going to have to bring that up, won't I? Let's see if we can bring it up. Here it is. Here, is that it? That'll be it there, won't it? Collapses. Yeah. Look at that, on the 12th of April, 2000. Oh, my goodness. And it'll be the same people. So, yeah, this isn't AI, is it? But this is real printed stuff. Right. So let's go back to AI. From who collapsed. There's more information about them in the below cut and paste from behind MLM. All right, let's see what we come up with. Alrighty, so while that's doing that, we'll go back to this screen. So I've managed to get, really good. I want to be famous. I want to be a famous. Do you? That's cool. Is that you, Queen of Sheba? I'm not qualified to speak on behalf of. Okay, so is that the name of the company we reckon it's going to be called? So that's cool. I wasn't even involved, but I know people who were sworn by it. No, that's cool. We don't like multi-level marketing companies. We believe that if their product's so good, they should just pay for Google AdWords and other advertising rather than recruiting people and telling them that if they get involved in these companies that they're going to make millions and zillions of dollars. That's what I'm really against myself. Could we make it an investigative? Could we please make this blog like an investigative journalist style and have more of a personal story to it? More of a personal story to it. Alrighty, I'm just going to go back to that. Alrighty, yes, 2 days will be leaving, which is quite funny. Yes, in 2 days of leaving. Yeah, so how did they manage to take this product for 12 months, for 6 months, like you said? Was it 6 weeks? And have such amazing results, be involved in another company that collapsed, fire up a new company so they can do a pre-launch, and also take the product for, did he say 6 weeks, 12 weeks? I think he said 6 weeks or 12 weeks. I think he says, so that's really strange, eh? So we'll have a look at this. Okay, absolutely. Comprehensive merge. I will, as you draft, and if it goes style, give me the green light. Give me the green light. Go ahead. Yes. Sounds excellent. Let's get started. Let's get started. All right, so I'll show you what we're going to do here. This might be a bit boring for some, but we have actually got a couple of photos of our friend who looks absolutely stretched. So I'm going to show you those photos on this screen, but he looks terribly stretched in that photo. So I want to actually find him and who he is, because if we go to Tony, so we need to find Tony now, Tony, and I presume that's him there. Yeah, that looks like him, doesn't it? Oh, here he is. Let's read about Tony.
And no one's talking about him the right way. And tonight we're doing our second product reveal, and it's going to be the biggest product reveal that I have been a part of in 30 years in the profession. No one.
Does everyone in this industry have to say that everything they do is the biggest and the best they've ever seen before? Can't they just say, you know, we've got a history of promoting products that help cure cancer, and tonight we're adding to our portfolio of scam lies?
Has this, no one's doing this, and this is our specific Nueva's peptide formula. Now here's what I got to get really clear about.
Okay.
There's no needles here.
No needles.
There's no prescription.
No prescriptions.
This is something that you just take, you swallow it, and the magic starts happening.
It's a vitamin.
So if you want to be on this, if you want to be a part of this, I'm going to be interviewing 2 experts that are going to
An expert, if you look it up in the dictionary, is actually a drip under pressure.
Go inside this world with Nueva and really break down our breakthrough product. So just drop link and I'll get it over to you right away. And you don't want to miss this. This will be...
You don't want to miss this. Fear of missing out. All the tactics that we go after when we're going after Ponzi schemes and scams. You might think this is a Ponzi scheme. Is it a Ponzi scheme because they have a product? Well, they would love to have a product, just like everyone says it's the same as Amway. It's not the same as Amway because there's a strong drive for recruitment and having people to build teams and the like. However, this guy's claiming he's got a product that is going to help people with cancer. Now, if he has the cure for cancer, I want to know about it. I'll do a video about it.
The webinar that changes the game, not only in Nueva, but in the profession. Again, drop link.
Keep smiling, mate. Keep smiling. There'll be sad signs. Oh, it's got music in that one. It says, big webinar tonight. Come be in the conversation. I certainly were. 250 messages, and educate the real scheme. Now, this is going to be fun. So these are the people that we have managed to get, which is fantastic because we'll take that. Oh, we'll need that. And now we've found their website, Lifestyle Academy Nevada. So that's even better. So we might have to update the blog. We've got some more information to go with now. So I'll just wait for those images to come through. And when it does, and we'll have a look at their so-called website. 1 second, please, caller. Right. So this is the website link that they had. And it is, oh, no, that's the link to the Zoom meeting. So if we go back to that, copy text, and then just type in the website, we should find, oh, look at this. So this is their Lifestyle Academy. And is this John? Now, what have we got here? A podcast. I love exploring. Look, happy families everywhere. Oh, I just love it. Training episodes. Now we're probably trying to find the guy, Facebook, who had the hair. So what's this? Text Club. Text VIP. Sign up now. Get the newsletter. Stay with us. Resources. Contact. Let's have a look at contact. Oh, look, Power Punch. Ooh. Start recording. Send a message. Enable microphone. Here we go. Allow visiting the site. Hello, this is Danny de Hek, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I know who you are. I know what you have done. And if you're thinking of escaping with people's investments, I can assure you there's nowhere you can hide. What I possess is a specific set of skills honed over a lifetime of unraveling financial deceit. Skills that make me a living nightmare for fraudsters like you. If you return the investments now, that will be the end of it. I won't pursue you. I won't track you down. But if you choose not to, I will find you. I will expose you. And I will assure you face the full force of the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Haha, you can't see it. But hey, thanks for tuning in. Hey, check out my website, dehek.com or Danny, DANNY.co.nz. Thanks for listening to my message. We've just been watching a pre-launch on a wonderful product that's meant to help cancer. And I just noticed the link was on your the link to the Zoom meeting was your link, hence how I found you. Oh, there we go. Name. So you can't see the box that's popped up on the screen because it's popped up on a different screen. But it does enable me to leave a voice recording and send. And now it's uploaded my voice recording and it's sent that off. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, so that's what we've done. So we'll go back to here. We found him. Now we want to get his, I wonder if I've already got stuff on him. Oh, it just does that. So I need to go through here and find photos of him and that guy. So we've got 3 people, haven't we? We've got, there's 3 people involved in it. I'm just going to, I don't know where to go with this. I think we've got, we've actually found the 3rd person, haven't we? So we need to actually tell ChatGPT. We've actually found the 3 individuals involved. And I'm just going to do involved, and then we've got and it was Jake Berg, Berg. We can see them promoting it, and now I'm going to go to his Instagram, just get the link. There we go. Anyway, we'll get back on track. We found Tony's Instagram, and we can see that he has been promoting the pre-launch. Pre-launch. All right, so it's updating the blog. Okay, so this is the image here. So is that name, is this the name of the product, isn't it? Is that right? Let's zoom. Tony. It is. So they've already done some sort of photo. Do they have these screens ready to go? You know what I mean? Our company closed without warning. 13 years of blood, sweat, and tears. Leadership have gone, but God, oh, here we go again. But God, but vision, but purpose. 2 weeks later, we're starting a new. Okay, so here's a post. Okay, please update the blog with this post that we've seen on their Instagram account. Right. Seen on. Oh, shit. Hold it. This is a real mismatch, this one. But I'm going to show you what we can do using ChatGPT. It's quite funny. Please update the blog with the post that we've seen on. Is it Tony? Tony's Instagram account, as it shows what they are doing. Okay. Alrighty. So let's carry on anyway. I might finish that blog off later on. But we do have a couple of images that were quite interesting. For example, we've actually managed to find the 3 people behind it. And I'm no doubt if I right click on that, we might actually find more images of them, and eventually we'll find out who they are and what's behind them. It doesn't actually work. The problem is you've got to do these photos like that, and then it researches it. And before you know it, here we go. We found him on Facebook. So that's him on Facebook. Hopefully I'll be able to get that. Oh my goodness, look at that. But we did find him on Facebook, and there's his photo. It's a story. Can't see it. So now I need to go to photos. And hopefully we'll find the hairdo one. It's going to be hard for me because I don't have a Facebook account, and that keeps happening. That's why I was saying that before it happened. Yeah, it's going to be hard to find that one. So if I go back one, I can actually find that, visit that one. I wonder if I can just bring up that one image. No, you can't. Makes it tricky these days when you don't have a Facebook account. But I might be able to bring them over there. Is that going to be too blurry? All right, and then the other one that we can do is move it over to her. As we grab her, and I can't find her anywhere, and then we find him. Now, I'm sure if I did some more proper investigation, I could probably find all 3 of them. But what I can do now is please create me a high resolution image, super realistic, of these 3 individuals doing a product launch and it going terribly wrong when trying to do a webinar because the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger keeps disrupting the chat room. Please make sure they look upset and don't put any words on the images. The image needs to be at the resolution for a thumbnail. Okay, 6.9. And then I need to find a photo of me. Do I have a photo of me? I do. Put me in there, put them in there, and you will be amazed what we will just do. So now we've got an updated blog. Goes on. So now we can listen to the blog if we can. We might not be able to. Starting to fall apart on this one, aren't I? Let's see if we can come on. Keywords. So I need to update a version of the blog. Could you please finalize the blog? Give me a good title. Use full 100 character length. A good title. Remember, I am here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And as you can see, now we've got 3 individuals that don't really look the same, but not too bad. He's got the similar sort of hair though, not bad. I probably can tidy that up, ironically. Let me know. We don't want the words. So now we can go back, do that. What we could do is we could ask it, the image is absolutely awesome. what have we got? The image is absolutely awesome. Please give it a background image like a studio and don't have any words on the walls other than online on the wall, other than on air, on air. Awesome. So he's like, so it's pretty cool. I'll just make sure that we've got that. So that should be blog done. And now we've got the blog final version. Okay. So if we go back to this screen and I'm going to open up a new window, I'm going to go post. I'm going to go to WordPress. Hey, Megan and Regan, are they in a few minutes? I think they are, aren't they? Title. Hold it. Final version. We should be able to get them. Now this will be more to come.
It started with a simple click. I was hopping into yet another Zoom meeting, something I do regularly when I'm chasing the scent of a new scheme. And this one didn't have a name, a website, or even a defined product. That, in itself, was the first red flag. No logos, no branding, just a slideshow full of biotech buzzwords, vague health promises, and a crowd of overly enthusiastic followers in the chat. I didn't know what I was watching at first, but after a few slides and a flood of cult-like praise in the Zoom comments, it became very clear. This was a pre-launch pitch for yet another MLM scam, and they were laying the groundwork before regulators or critics could catch wind. The lead names, Tony Zolecki, Brandy Sinoto, and Jake Berg, three familiar faces from the wreckage of Modere, a failed MLM that quietly collapsed in April 2025. That company, once backed by private equity firm Z Capital Partners, left countless distributors blindsided when it shut down with zero warning. One moment they were talking about expansion and growth, and the next, silence. No apologies, just a corporate goodbye message, and a wave of deleted dreams. And yet, here we are, not even a month later, and some of those same top promoters are already planting the seeds for the next life-changing opportunity. Only this time, they are doing it with even more secrecy and even fewer facts. In this unnamed Zoom call, Brandy Sinoto took center stage. If you've
Please give me the complete blog so I can copy it. There was no copy.
It was had people flooding the chat with praise. Thank you, Brandy. Awesome explanation, Brandy. Incredible story. One person even yelled, "Scammer needs to be dropped." But it was buried under a wave of cheerleading so fast it vanished like a whisper at a concert. Tony Zolecki, the main host, kept things slick and confident. If you didn't know any better, you'd think you were listening to a TED Talk. But that's the danger with guys like Tony. He's been in the MLM game long enough to know how to sell hope in a bottle, especially when people are desperate. And now we have confirmation. On his Instagram account, Tony posted the following announcement. A company closed without warning, 13 years of blood, sweat, leadership, and legacy gone in an instant. But God, but vision, but purpose, because 2 weeks later, we're standing in something new, something divinely LED, and it's already on fire. Welcome to Nueva. There it is, the name Nueva, the pitch, emotional manipulation, divine justification, urgency, and that old MLM favorite, pre-enrollment. He goes on, this is what rebirth looks like, a dream rebuilt in days, not decades, founders stepping in with boldness, heart, and speed, pre-enrollment flooding with the most incredible humans, a product line that's next level, and not even fully revealed yet, a comp plan that rewards the doers, the sharers, and the builders. This isn't just a comeback, it's a call up. This isn't just emotional language, this is cult-style marketing. It's designed to override reason, replacing the pain of a collapsed MLM with the dopamine rush of being part of a movement. Religious phrasing like divinely led is paired with recruitment bait like comp plan and pre-enrollment, a dead giveaway that this isn't about helping people, it's about getting them in before the website even exists. The product. At first, they teased 5-Amino 1MQ, a compound you'll find floating around sketchy supplement shops online. It's real, but unproven, and absolutely not approved to do what they claim it does. In the slides they showed, it was being touted as a metabolic miracle, burn fat, reverse inflammation, improve insulin, boost NAD+, lower blood pressure, and you might sleep less. That was the only listed side effect. Then came the kicker. They moved on to SLU PP332, an experimental compound still in preclinical research, developed in a university lab for controlled studies in animals, not humans. They claimed it could mimic the effects of exercise without actually exercising. That's when it became clear. This isn't just reckless marketing. This is blatant medical fraud in the making. They never showed any company credentials, no contact details, no product labeling, no licensing, just slides of buzzwords, and a Zoom room full of people repeating "thank you Brandy" like they were at a spiritual retreat. The strategy is painfully obvious. Build hype, push emotional narratives, create the illusion of credibility, and recruit like mad, all before any real scrutiny or legal oversight can kick in. Tony, Brandy, and Jake aren't launching something divinely led. They're trying to resurrect their influence after their last scam collapsed and do it even faster, before anyone can say the word Ponzi. So here's the bottom line: Nueva is not a rebirth, it's a rebranding, and we're calling it out before they even finish the logo. More to come.
Yeah, so that's really, really cool. So we've got Tony, Jake. So I'm going to make sure that their names are concreted into my system so that when you search for them, they'll come up. Now, I do remember. So now I'm going to ask ChatGPT for the words. Now, if you're not watching what I'm doing here, yeah, I use ChatGPT. I can produce more content quicker than anyone else, and I can get, I can get the message out there and stop people thinking, "Oh, what's this company? What's this product?" and shoving it down their gob before anyone else can. And I think that's amazing. Now, the other thing I will do is I'm going to go back and finish that image off. That seems network error occurred. So I'm going to see if I can actually open that up again. Please redo the image. However, this time, can you include the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger in the image, giving the thumbs down, or trying to give people a warning that these are just multi-level marketers and they don't have a genuine product? Okay, so now I'm going to go in here, chuck a picture of me, which I've got on my desktop, and boom, let's see what they come up with this time. So there's me doing my thing, and you watch what it does. It's just friggin' incredible. We'll go back to the blog anyway. So now what I need to do is we need to link to, they haven't got a website to link to, which is going to make it very hard, isn't it? But we found the name of the company, blindsided, no apologies, no growth. But look at the messages that you wouldn't have seen, but these were actually in the chat room before I
A company
spammed it.
closed without warning, 13 years of blood, sweat, leadership, and
that's
legacy gone in an instant. But God, but vision, but purpose, because 2 weeks later, we're standing in something new, something divinely LED, and it's already on fire. Welcome to Nueva.
Oh my God. So it's going to be a bit fun seeing what happens if we publish this in the open market. What have you found there, Jelly Snack? Good stuff. Let's have a wee look. So that should be fun. Welcome, Nevada. Oh, great. Good stuff. Oh, brilliant. So is this one whole area? Let's have a read of this, because this could help us get the mission out there, isn't it?
Welcome to, in April 2025, Modere, a trusted company for 23 years, suddenly closed its doors. Thousands of leaders and customers were left shocked, heartbroken, and searching for answers. As entrepreneurs, we knew this was not just.
All right, so let's go back to the blog. Look at this, it's freaking hilarious. Okay, we need to update the blog with the new information that we have found. I haven't published the blog, so you can just rewrite it if necessary. But here's some more information about what has actually happened. And this is a call for people to join their new venture. Now we just need to update that to cool. You're a good Jelly Snack. Venture. Okay. And that was the image it made, but you can notice there's an extra arm in there. And we're going to thumbs up and thumbs down. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. Look at this. Look at this photo. I've got one too many arms in there. The image is perfect. Unfortunately, I have 3 arms. Can you please remove the bottom right-hand arm from the picture? All right, I need to wait a second because, that should do it. Right. Okay, it started with a simple click. Right. You need to, now it's gone crazy and it started with a simple click. No, you need to, you have lost the blog. We need to incorporate the new information into the blog. Below is a copy of the blog I like and I want to keep, but you need to add additional information that we've just found into the existing blog. Are you up to the challenge? All right, so now we'll just go back to my other window. I need to cut and paste that. All right, let's see what happens there. I think it's going to bring out another image. I'll wait for the image this time. I'm asking it to do a little bit too much, you see, because we're my bad. What was it? Your bad. What happened? Did I say something? Didn't I? Oh no, that's right. Yeah, you gave it to me. Oh my goodness, I think we need to start that image again. I think we're going to lose if you ask it to do it too many times. It just every time it comes out with a different one. She's crying. He's got the hairdo. He looks very serious. It's not looking too bad. I'm doing the thumbs down. He's not happy. She looks like she's turned into an Asian lady, unfortunately. But it's not bad. And now we've got their logo as well, which is quite cool, which I can probably put on top of that. If they've, we've got that there. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think it's enough. I'll use that. All right. So now we just need to get the blog written up again. Okay. So I've got that done and we'll put the blog out there. So I'll grab that image. I'll go back to my other screen. Oh, actually, I'll do it here. So while that's doing that, we're going to go here. We're going to go to welcome to new. Is it called that name? Have I got the name wrong? Nevada. So Brian, all the names. So at least they've got the names in there. So that's going to be good. So welcome to Nevada. Okay, let's have a look here. So let's go and I can't spell that name. That's the problem. I love that image. That's so cool. That's going to upset them a bit, isn't it? Let's go and get their name. Where's the name? More to come. I haven't got a title. Can you please give me a title? All right. Can you please give me a title? Can you bold the words so it's easier to read? Oh, was that what it's doing? Or I'm asking it too much. I'm just telling it to be a bit. I'm being a bit bothy. I think it's starting to get a bit. Instead. Yep. And now I'm gonna. So what I'm going to do is come here. I'm going to. What have I done here? Tetherbot. Right. So I'm going to do a new picture. That size. New logo. That. We're going to go to. Back to here. Grab that image there. Back to here. Put that over there. We're going to make that big as we can. Right about there. Go back to here, there, and we're going to go to here. Grab my title. That Canva, and we are there. And now we'll paste that. We'll make that look a similar sort of color to the picture. That's enough. And there's our image. And now we'll grab their logo and put it here. And we'll take out the background. Once it lets me. Edit the background as well. That. Put a bold on that. It's going to be very hard to read. So now we need to play around with the colors. We need to adjust. We probably need to go bright, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, getting better, blacks. Hey, there we go. Now we've got a white version. Don't ask me how I did that. Vada. It is spelt right, Nevada. Maybe we should put it in the background, like that on the wall. Maybe we'll put it here. Maybe we can get it in there. Nevada. All right, so that should be enough. Now we go back to here, and we'll have a look at this blog that hopefully has been fixed up now. Nevada. Absolutely. Okay, so it's giving me a title but hasn't bolded anything. Can you make sure that you've added a few, hold up. Can you please bold some words to make it easier to read in the blog? Right. Okay. So hopefully we'll have a finished version of the blog now. And then we'll come back and we'll finish her off and get it published. And then you guys can, they will have a warning out there for people who seem to have, right. Goes on. It's good. Yep. Now we've got a really extensive blog. And if you do read that, which we will do in the background while I'm fluffing around, give you guys something to listen to. Hopefully there's a copy link. Copy. And we'll go back to me in a second. Paste. All right, we'll go back to me. And now we've got, it started with a kiss. That, we'll put that into there. And we'll make that number 4. And we will go down to here, more to come. I will go grab some text that I use every day. Strong, boom. It's my tagline. Alrighty, get rid of that. Tagline in place. Alrighty, so now we're just going to go Control A.
It started with a simple click. I was hopping into yet another Zoom meeting, something I do regularly when I'm chasing the scent of a new scheme. And this one didn't have a name, a website, or even a defined product. That, in itself, was the first red flag. No logos, no branding, just a slideshow full of biotech buzzwords, vague health promises, and a crowd of overly enthusiastic followers in the chat. I didn't know what I was watching at first, but after a few slides and a flood of cult-like praise in the Zoom comments, it became very clear. This was a pre-launch pitch for yet another MLM scam, and they were laying the groundwork before regulators or critics could catch wind. The lead names, Tony Zolecki, Brandy Sinoto, and Jake Berg, 3 familiar faces from the wreckage of Modere, a failed MLM that quietly collapsed in April 2025. That company, once backed by private equity firm Z Capital Partners, left countless distributors blindsided when it shut down with zero warning. One moment they were talking about expansion and growth, and the next, silence. No apologies, just a corporate goodbye message, and a wave of deleted dreams. And yet, here we are, not even a month later, and some of those same top promoters are already planting the seeds for the next life-changing opportunity. Only this time, they are doing it with even more secrecy and even fewer facts. In this unnamed Zoom call, Brandy Sinoto took center stage. If you've ever seen a well-trained testimonial machine, that's what this was. She didn't talk science, she talked emotion. Her story, whatever it was, had people flooding the chat with praise. Thank you, Brandy. Awesome explanation, Brandy. Incredible story. One person even yelled, "Scammer needs to be dropped." But it was buried under a wave of cheerleading so fast it vanished like a whisper at a concert. Tony Zolecki, the main host, kept things slick and confident. If you didn't know any better, you'd think you were listening to a TED Talk. But that's the danger with guys like Tony. He's been in the MLM game long enough to know how to sell hope in a bottle, especially when people are desperate. And now we have confirmation. On his Instagram account, Tony posted the following announcement. A company closed without warning, 13 years of blood, sweat, leadership, and legacy gone in an instant. But God, but vision, but purpose, because 2 weeks later, we're standing in something new, something divinely LED, and it's already on fire. Welcome to Nueva. There it is, the name Nueva, the pitch, emotional manipulation, divine justification, urgency, and that old MLM favorite, pre-enrollment. He goes on, this is what rebirth looks like, a dream rebuilt in days, not decades, founders stepping in with boldness, heart, and speed, pre-enrollment flooding with the most incredible humans, a product line that's next level, and not even fully revealed yet, a comp plan that rewards the doers, the sharers, And the builders, this isn't just a comeback. It's a call up. This isn't just emotional language. This is cult-style marketing. It's designed to override reason, replacing the pain of a collapsed MLM with the dopamine rush of being part of a movement. Religious phrasing like divinely led is paired with recruitment bait like comp plan and pre-enrollment. A dead giveaway that this isn't about helping people. It's about getting them in before the website even exists. The deeper we dig, the more this smells like a premeditated rebranding campaign. A new public launch message recently surfaced, casting Nueva as the phoenix rising from Modere's ashes. Their words, not mine. According to their call to action, Modere's collapse left thousands shocked, heartbroken, and searching for answers. Instead of joining another company, these legacy leaders decided to build their own, and they didn't come alone. Nueva's founding partners now include a who's who of former Modere elites: Brian McMullen, Tim Houston, Margie Aliprandi, Michelle Barnes, Nadir and John Melton, Rick and Michelle Teague, and Tony and Sarah Zolecki. It's being framed as a mission-driven comeback, but it looks more like an MLM power grab built on tragedy. They are pushing phrases like, "This is a foundation built to last so no one has to experience the uncertainty of losing what they worked so hard to build ever again. We were meant to build one." Nueva exists to elevate lives through clean, optimized wellness solutions. And of course, they are dangling the bait. Peptide technology, hydrogen water, digital and physical wellness products. Two sides to the compensation plan. Pre-launch access now available. No income guarantees, no data, no products launched, no compensation plan released. But yes, you're invited to get in early, just as long as you're coachable, post about it online, and trust the process. They are even directing people to private Facebook groups like Social Retail Changing to get updates. The product. At first, they teased 5-Amino 1MQ, a compound you'll find floating around sketchy supplement shops online. It's real, but unproven, and absolutely not approved to do what they claim it does. In the slides they showed, it was being touted as a metabolic miracle. In fact, reverse inflammation, improve insulin, boost NAD+, lower blood pressure, and you might sleep less. That was the only listed side effect. Then came the kicker. They moved on to SLU PP332, an experimental compound still in preclinical research, developed in a university lab for controlled studies in animals, not humans. They claimed it could mimic the effects of exercise without actually exercising. That's when it became clear. This isn't just reckless marketing. This is blatant medical fraud in the making. They never showed any company credentials, no contact details, no product labeling, no licensing, just slides of buzzwords, and a Zoom room full of people repeating "thank you Brandy" like they were at a spiritual retreat. The strategy is painfully obvious. Build hype, push emotional narratives, create the illusion of credibility, and recruit like mad, all before any real scrutiny or legal oversight can kick in. Tony, Brandy, Jake, and now a whole cast of familiar MLM heavyweights aren't launching something divinely led. They're trying to resurrect their influence after their last scam collapsed, and do it even faster, before anyone can say the word Ponzi. So here's the bottom line: Nueva is not a rebirth, it's a rebranding, and we're calling it out before they even finish the logo. More to come. About the author Danny de Hek, also known as the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, is a New Zealand-based investigative journalist specializing in exposing crypto fraud, Ponzi.
Right, you know I am. Anyway, so that is how quick we can actually get something online. And also there will be a video that's going to be embedded in the top of that. And thank you for watching. So hope you enjoyed that. I'm Danny de Hek. That is a new product scam. I do not believe that people should push products down people's throats personally, and they shouldn't make unsubstantiated claims. If you are to actually get a product in any health store, I personally used to bring in and sell dietary supplements. I used to sell about $5,000 worth of supplements per month on my website. The what is it? This was 20 years ago. We have the food people came to me. I was importing the products from E-Vitamins and reselling them here in New Zealand. And then MedSafe, I think it was, come to me and they said that I needed to spend $10,000 getting each product that I was selling on my website, so relabeled, and I had to remove all the false claims off the bottles if I wanted to continue selling those products. And I decided it would not be a good idea, and I literally deleted the website while I was talking to the lady on the phone, because she said if I didn't do so, there were fines of $200,000 per product that I was selling, even though I was importing the products from America off a legitimate website. It was quite funny, but it was one of my crazy ideas at the time. So I did learn a little bit about selling dietary supplements. So you can't make claims. You definitely can't say that this product is found to have, help people with cancer. or this product's going to make you lose weight. You have to say it, you have to rephrase all the wording you use. You can't use weight loss on a label. Anyway, there's so many things you have to do, and I'm sure this company that's just regurgitated itself into a new scam hasn't had a chance to do all that sort of stuff yet. I'm sure the product that they are selling isn't their own. I'm sure they don't have a bunch of people, lab rats, working on new products. I'm sure it's just a white labeled product that they've found from some other supplier that allows them to put their label on top of it. The scam that I'm busting is not the product. The scam I am busting is around multi-level marketing. They will be telling you that you need to buy this product and you are going to get a percentage every time you recruit somebody into it. They will have monthly subscriptions. It's a normal shit, different day, no different. I don't like it, and no doubt people watching my YouTube videos don't like that sort of marketing either. So let's see what the future brings. But anyway, that's another wee segment, another wee video. I'm Danny de Hek, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, as named by the New York Times, 2-page spread in the New York Times, and I think it was the 22nd, 2022, maybe the 19th of November. Don't quote me on that. But the link, search for the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, read my 2-page article that they wrote about me in the printed edition that says about my quest to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I'm calling this one a scam. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, let's carry on. Another wee segment. What else can we do? Let's